So nitric oxide is the most important molecule from a cardiovascular standpoint for the reduction of atherosclerosis. Your inner lining of your blood vessels are called the endothelium. It's one cell thick. If you took out all your endothelium, it has the surface area of 6 tennis courts, so it's one of your largest organs. It secretes many things, but the most important thing from a cardiovascular standpoint is something called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a very short-lived gas that dilates the blood vessels, so it's going to help with blood pressure, but it also somewhat acts like Teflon, preventing stuff from sticking to the endothelium in the first place. And if things don't stick to the endothelium, it doesn't then get into the walls of the artery and start laying down plaque. The more nitric oxide your arteries release, the less likely that plaque will build up in the arteries. So your body makes nitric oxide in response to many stimuli. So exercise will do it. Certain foodstuffs that have high nitrates in it, so certain green leafy vegetables and beets do it. But from a quantum standpoint, it's really about UVA spectrum of light hitting your skin.
Well, sunlight's the best way to do it because UVA releases nitric oxide from the the blood vessels, and the endothelium of the blood vessels to be precise. And then infrared helps us release nitric oxide at the mitochondrial level.
As the UVA hits your skin, nitric oxide is getting released from the arterioles, and then that helps with vasodilation of the blood vessels. It will help with lowering blood pressure and such, which has an effect on how much resistance that the heart has to pump against. If the arteries are elastic and they can expand in and out more like an accordion versus being a real stiff pipe, the heart doesn't have as much work against it. And cardiovascular disease is the number one thing that takes out people. And if your circadian rhythms are messed up, you're going to have more heart disease.
And here's why that's important from the eye standpoint. When you realize that 50% of your blood volume travels through the circulation of the retina and the choroid in 40 minutes. That means in an hour and a half of sun exposure, 100% of your blood volume passes through your retina. That's because the retinal blood vessels and the choroid are responsive to infrared and UV light. That increases the amount of phototherapy that you can do simply by exposing your eyes to sunlight. Profoundly impactful, not only from a circadian standpoint, circadian photoreception, but also from a cellular redox potential. So using the eye appropriately in proper sunlight has profound impact on systemic health through the circadian system, but also through the use of the blood volume as it flows through the eye.